The night sky is supposed to be a peaceful and calming sight, but it can often be interrupted by strange and mysterious phenomena. Recently, sky gazers in Alaska were left stunned as a bizarre blue spiral appeared in the night sky, leaving many baffled and searching for answers. With no clear explanation in sight, rumors began to swirl about the true nature of this strange event. Over the weekend of April 15th, an eerie light blue spiral was spotted in the night sky over Alaska, giving stargazers a rare opportunity to witness a rare sight. It appeared during a display of the northern lights when electrically charged particles from the sun interacted with the Earth's atmosphere to produce vivid bands of green color. Even though it appears to be a UFO or a portal, the explanation for the mysterious spiral is much simpler. It just turned out to be nothing more than leftover fuel from a SpaceX rocket launched from California about 3 hours before the spiral appeared. Similar events occurred in Hawaii in January and New Zealand in the summer of 2017 due to Elon Musk's efforts in the space industry. According to Dr. Don Hampton, a space physicist and research associate professor at the University of Alaska Fairbanks Geophysical Institute, rockets contain the fuel that must sometimes be discarded. But what caused the spiral in the sky to be visible? The venting of excess fuel after a rocket launch can sometimes result in the appearance of a mysterious spiral shape in the night sky. When the fuel is ejected, it rapidly freezes and crystallizes into a spiral, which the sun illuminates. In this most recent incident, the upper stage of one of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rockets released fuel shortly after liftoff, causing a blue spiral to appear over Hawaii. According to Space Weather, SpaceX spirals are a common sight over the Pacific Ocean. That fuel turns into ice when they do that at high altitudes. And if it happens to be in the sunlight when you're in the darkness, you can see it as a kind of big cloud, and it's sometimes swirly. The Falcon 9 rocket, built by SpaceX, took off from the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California that Friday evening. Because it was a polar launch, it could be seen across much of Alaska. The Falcon 9's payload was made up of 51 separate spacecraft that were all launched at the same time as part of the Transport 7 mission. A spiral began to form in the rocket's exhaust fluids about 3 hours after the rocket was launched early Saturday morning. The water vapor caused the spiral. According to experts, the upper stage of the Falcon 9 appears to be venting unused fuel in the shape of a spiral as the spacecraft makes its slow descent into the ocean. When the rocket fuel is expelled, it rapidly freezes and crystallizes into the shape of a spiral, which is then illuminated by our sun. The fuel dump was timed correctly to maintain visibility over Alaska, and that's when we got that cool-looking spiral thing. This isn't something you see every day, but Dr. Hampton added that he had seen something similar about 3 times before. The appearance of the whirling cloud was captured in a time-lapse on the Geophysical Institute's all-sky camera, and the video was widely distributed. As you'd expect, the video broke the internet. Photographers who were out photographing the aurora borealis also shared their work on social media. A Twitter user expressed their belief that extraterrestrials had landed. Randall Mayo, originally from Fairbanks, Anchorage, posted a picture of something he saw online and said it was the most insane thing he had ever seen. He described it as appearing to be a spiral of northern lights at first, but the object's center gradually became visible as it moved from one horizon to the next. The spiral then expanded until it covered the entire sky before dissipating like a ripple in the water. It's not the first time a SpaceX launch has given observers the impression that unidentified flying objects are present. The second sighting of a spiral occurred in January, but this time over Hawaii's Big Island. According to researchers' findings, it was caused by the earlier launch of a military GPS satellite on a SpaceX rocket in the state of Florida. A mysterious blue spiral flying across the skies of New Zealand in June of the previous year also perplexed onlookers who speculated that it was from another planet. The erupting gas cloud illuminated the sky above Nelson, a city on New Zealand's South Island's southernmost tip, and continued southward to Stewart Island, approximately 466 miles away. However, further investigation revealed that the phenomenon was caused by a piece of man-made debris in the form of a failing rocket launched by Musk's company. SpaceX also carried out a record-breaking 61 launches in 2018, nearly doubling the company's previous year's total of 31 liftoffs. But in 2023, it has launched just 24 rockets into space. The first orbital launch of the company's Starship failed due to technical difficulties, and as a result, Elon Musk had to postpone the mission for a few days. Another popular similar event occurred in Norway. People who saw the light high in the Arctic sky early on a Wednesday morning were puzzled by it, which made many people want to talk about it. After a short period of darkness, a faint blue light appeared over Norway. At first, the light didn't seem like much, but it quickly grew into a spiral and disappeared into what looked like a black hole. Cell phones snapped, video cameras started rolling, and bloggers got to work in Trondelag, a town in northern Norway, and on a military base in Norway. Sheila McVicker, a correspondent for CBS News, said that different kinds of weather events had been seen in the Arctic sky. McVicker said the Northern Lights and Santa Claus's annual flight are just two examples. On the other hand, McVicker said this seemed to be happening on the other side of the border, with the Russian military and another failed missile launch. They pointed out that a reliable Russian newspaper had said that the third stage of an advanced intercontinental missile called Bulava had failed to launch. In other news, the Russian Ministry of Defense said that a test launch of a Bulava missile from a submarine in the White Sea had failed. Space experts think that this missile went out of control and spiraled, which caused the shape seen over Norway. McVicker also added that the fuel in the missiles was what made the halo, which is what experts later agreed on. Bill Harwood, a space analyst for CBS News, had said that the missile breaking down seems like a likely cause, adding that rockets can explode in spectacular ways. And the picture gets more dramatic when you look at vehicles high up in the air, where there's no air pressure to hold those contrails in place. As soon as the missile came out of the water, the nozzle went hard over and the rocket started spinning end over end. And this video looked a lot like that, so experts concluded that's what went wrong. Harwood said that the way the rocket was spinning showed that a solid rocket motor had stopped working. McVicker also added that Russia should be embarrassed about the failure, saying that at least 7 out of the 12 tests that are known to exist have failed. The appearance of mysterious spirals in the sky, such as the recent blue spiral and the 2009 Norway spiral, fascinates and intrigues people worldwide. While these events can be explained by natural phenomena or human activity, they often spark intense speculation and debate about their origins and meanings. As we continue to explore and learn more about the universe, it is likely that we will encounter more of these fascinating and mysterious events. Regardless of their origins, they remind us that no matter what we observe in the skies, we should first seek answers before spreading the news on what it could be. And if then it could be what first comes to our minds, would we like it?